Down to the local range, 40 miles. This is the outline of the Sacramento city limits, and this is the Stockton city limits. This is the major highways. Here's 80 coming up through here, 50, and I-5 north and south. And we add Davis, Woodland, Marysville, Yuba City, Roseville, Auburn, Placerville, Jackson showing up down here. You can see the higher elevations up toward Jackson beginning to reflect on the radar scope. Lodi, Stockton, Antioch, Fairfield and Vacaville, and Vallejo. We can also add the Sacramento River, which comes down into the Delta region toward Antioch. As I said, nothing is showing up on radar, but as soon as the first storm comes, we will be displaying it for you live and in color. And our forecast, I'm afraid, shows no rain for the next 5 days, but we'll have the complete national and local weather analysis in just a few minutes. As usual, these are your high temperatures across the state in the last 24 hours. At Sacramento, we topped off at 68, Stockton 69. Fair skies, and because of the upper atmosphere, the winds are shooting down at that direction and a fairly fast clip, and because of that, all the pollution has been blown out of our area, and most of the fog, which was here this morning, was blown down to the San Joaquin, and toward the end of the day, its residue is now down in the lower San Joaquin, and visibilities have been perfect. You can see the snow-capped Sierra Nevada to the east, and over to the west, you can see the coastal range and Sutter Buttes up to the north. A beautiful day, and big Mount Diablo down through there. 65 degrees at San Francisco, over their high today, 55 at Truckee. Reno, 58, and Southern California, Santa Ana winds continue with an 85-degree high at Los Angeles. Visibilities are excellent down there. 89 appears to be the hot spot for the state, and that's at Palm Springs. Satellite picture from 4:15 this afternoon. You can see most of the fog has been blown down to the lower San Joaquin Valley. These are the snow-capped Sierras here, and the storm track continues to move into Washington and Oregon State, where it's raining up there now. Snow at higher elevations, above 7,000 feet. So some of the snow-capped areas and the ski resorts which had snow earlier are now getting rain. But we're protected by the Pacific High Ridge, and it will continue that way according to the computer in Washington and Redwood City for the next 5 days. 38 degrees right now at JFK Airport in New York. There's heavy snow warnings continuing in effect for western New York near the Buffalo region on the shores of Lake Erie because they've already had 4 to 5 inches of snow in the last 6 hours, and they're expecting 8 more tonight. And over the weekend they had quite a big storm. Remember the nor'easter I warned you about? It sure enough, it's landed way up there in northern Ontario into Labrador, and it continues to pump moisture down into central Canada. 18 degrees right now at Chicago. Snow continues in the Midwest, very light stuff, scattered afternoon thunderstorms through Dixie. And in the west, not too much is happening here until we get along the coast where the moisture is moving in and depositing some rain and snowfall amounts up there. 48 degrees at Seattle and Portland right now, 39 degrees at Hella, Montana with rain and snow at higher elevations in the hills around there. 54 at Reno, at San Francisco, 59 degrees, and that storm front holds no promise for us. And our forecast for Northern California and Western Nevada go like this. There we go for the coastal regions, calling for patchy fog and low clouds at nights and mornings, but mostly fair through the next 3 or 4 days. Little change in temperature. For the Sierra Nevada, some thin high clouds from time to time, but mostly fair for the next 5 days. Little change in temperature. Santa Rosa through the Napa, Sonoma, and Diablo valleys. Variable winds, light in nature. Continued variable high clouds up there with fair skies, generally speaking. Nights will be down in the 40s, daytime highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. For the Sierra foothills, Nevada City to Sonora, variable high clouds, but mostly fair skies. Lows in the 30s, highs in the 60s. And for the big Central Valley, our forecast, patchy night and morning fog returning, but I don't think it will be as intense or as heavy as it was over the weekend. It was very interesting. Lows will be in the 40s, daytime highs in the upper 60s to near 70. The 5-day outlook from Weather Service 10. Fair skies for the next 5 days, and wouldn't you know it, Dick, we put our brand new piece of equipment with electronic gear more complex and modern than the National Weather Service has at most of its stations, and we don't have anything to show on it.
Does this also mean that we'll never again catch you at the last minute breathlessly with your green felt pen inking in a radar map?
Yes, that we received by facsimile from the Weather Service. This is true. We'll still use that to correspond to see if it corresponds to where our rain is being indicated on our scope, because the National Weather Service, to be truthful, has a more powerful signal to go out and encompass more area, but this has electronics far superior to what they have.
It was exciting, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll have another explanation at 6:30, a little different one.
I noted with interest that the Santa Ana winds now are not only blamed on or changing weather patterns, but also change behavior.
That's right. People act strange.
We'll have a report on that in the 6:30 shows.
Okay. Well, we got one report on this show on educational